Hi, I'm Jeremy Frazee, FWM Community Connection, and today I am with Tim Knauff, who is the owner of Gatti's Pizza here in Portsmouth. So again, FWM Community Connection is just a way to get local businesses, local difference makers, just out, get their word out on the community. So no doubt Gatti's has been a staple here in the Portsmouth community, and I just found out over the last 10 years.
May the 29th will be 10 years. We'll have 10 years in this May 29th.
That's awesome.
Yes, it is.
So, no, I know us personally, anytime that we want to get away and have a good family night, not only you guys have great food, awesome pizza, but the atmosphere that you guys have here, I think, is no doubt what sets you apart. So, we just enjoy it.
Well, I appreciate that. You know, you can come here. We're an Italian restaurant, buffet, and we also have a game room, which provides a little entertainment under one roof. So that's a benefit for a lot of people. You can kill two birds with one stone, coming out to eat and enjoy a little bit of entertainment.
Well, and to go back from the games, we both probably been to different places where there's games, but half the games don't work, or you might get a couple tickets out of it, you know, subjectively. But you guys have top-notch games. I know when we come, my son is like in game heaven.
We're not as big as Kings Island or Great Wolf Lodge, but and there's some other Gattis out there that are, you know, a lot bigger than we are and bigger game rooms. But every game we got back there in their category, they're at the top of the list. So we have, I don't know, maybe 30 games that you can play, and each one of them is, like I said, they're top of their list. So we got a good selection, and customers enjoy it.
Well, I know my kids enjoy it, but I find myself playing when I'm here, so it's different age levels, no doubt.
We got different ones for different age groups, and we have the college students come over to play the basketball games, and you can win some prizes, and they compete with each other. So
that's where I find myself.
A little competition back there on some of the games.
Yeah. Well, tell me a little bit about Gatti's. How did it start? A little history about you guys.
With me, we've always had dreams when we were teenagers. What do you want to do in life? And I remember as a 12, 13-year-old, I loved pizza. That's my favorite food. And I said one day I would like to own a pizza shop. Of course, that's teenage talk.
Yeah.
Years later, 10 years ago, as a matter of fact, it became a reality. Actually started with my brother Brent down at, used to be Mr. Gatti's back in the 80s.
Okay.
And if you can find anybody that remembers 30 years ago, that's how I got introduced to it. He was working as a night manager. And he called me and said, you need to come over. And out of the blue, he called me. I didn't even know he was working there. And he said, you need to come and try this Gatti's pizza. And so I did, and fell in love with it. Like I told you before, pizza is my favorite food. Yeah. And when I tasted Gatti's pizza for the first time, I was hooked. And used to take our family up to Gattiland in Ashland. Dan Piles, who is the #1 franchisee, he means a lot to me. He's helped me out a lot in this business. And we used to go up and visit him. And I always told him, and he remembers my brother working for him, that he would eventually let me know when there's a possibility of getting in and getting my own franchise. And so he was very instrumental in that. But just fell in love with it back in probably 1980, when Mr. Gatti's was open in Portsmouth, and fell in love with it. Pursued it, like I said, about 15 years ago, and took about 3 or 4 years till I got my ducks in a row. And then finally I got approved by Gatti's Pizza to open up a store. And that's how it started.
And then from that point on, it's obviously, we just walked out from your main lobby area, and it's just packed. And
well, forgive me, I came in today. It's Wednesday. Today's Wednesday, I hope. And I wasn't planning on just coming in. I had to meet up with a few people and you. And I just got out of the dish room, so if I got food hanging over me, that's part of working in the restaurant business. If you're going to work in the restaurant business, it can be tough.
Yeah.
And you can walk in any time, it could be dead, and it can get extremely busy. Wednesdays can be after small, I shouldn't say small, we usually have pretty good lunches, but Wednesday could be one of your slow days of the week. but today it was extremely busy and I had to jump in.
Yeah.
So I did that before this interview.
Well, and that's awesome. Obviously, your employees see it, and the community sees it. They come in here to eat, and they're like, oh, you know, there's Tim. So it's not like you're sitting somewhere just.
Gatti's Pizza,
commanding.
we, like I said, we've been open for 10 years. And the buffet concept, Gatti's Pizza is the king of the buffet concepts. And, you know, of course we're doing this interview, but we do a lot of stuff. Our dough's made fresh, we use 100% provolone cheese, our toppings are cut. We got a lot of fresh toppings that we use. Our sauce is all natural. So Gatti's Pizza is all about quality. And we build up a great customer base, return customers. And a lot of times, if I got free time, I'll take people back and take them on a little tour of what Gatti's Pizza is all about. Because our founder, Colonel Ure, was a wonderful man. He was a perfectionist. Gatti started in '63. And I'm a strong supporter of the military and law enforcement. And our founder, Colonel Ure, he fought in World War II. And I talked to his wife, and she said that wasn't it. He fought in the Korean War, and he went 2 tours over Vietnam. So not 1, not 2, but 3 wars, our founder.
That's awesome.
But all throughout his career in the military, he always wanted to start a pizza shop, and he did down in Texas, which is known for their steak and potatoes. And he started Gatti's Pizza back in '63. I think the first store opened, '64 under a different name, and then finally, I think in '69 is when Gatti's Pizza started branching out. So anybody that's been here, that's been a customer of ours and experienced what we offer, they know what we are. We're about quality.
That's awesome. And again, I think this has kind of been the common theme with the people that we've had the privilege of interviewing is it's not just about the volume of you know, customers or sales or whatever the industry might be. It's about the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And once you have that relationship and that client experience, that truly does wonders with your business and the community, the fingerprint that you put on the community.
Yeah, I won't mention the gentleman's name. He was involved in the school system in Soto County for many years, and probably about 5 years after we were open, he finally came in and patronized us. And he was sitting down. Whenever I knew who he was, and I wanted to go out and see how his dinner was going, and he asked me to sit down with him, and he said, "Tim, I got to apologize." I said, "What for?" And he said, "Well, you know, you've been open for almost 5 years, and I stepped in a few times to see what it was like. Never did come in and eat because I looked at your prices. Cheap prices means you got to be cheap food."
Yep.
He said, "Tim, I've been to restaurants where they play the piano, where they got fishes in the aquarium, suit and ties." He said, "But when you go out to eat, you want to satisfy your hunger." And he said, "I enjoyed those meals at their place." He said, "When I left Gatti's Pizza, I was more satisfied in here than I was at the other places." I took that as a very high compliment. And I won't mention his name, but he's been a customer ever since. He comes in a lot on Friday nights. We have different menus we offer. And so I wanted to share that story about him.
That's awesome.
That was a great compliment for Gatti's Pizza.
That's awesome. Well, so we talked a little bit about kind of the start of kind of your guys' journey, where you are now. Why Portsmouth? Why Southern Ohio for your location?
Well, I graduated from Valley, attended Shawnee State for a while. That's where I was born and raised here. I've lived in Texas, North Carolina, and Columbus. And like I said, pizza is my favorite item, a food of choice. I'm not alone with that. I think pizza's the #1 choice going out to eat. Don't get me wrong, I like a steak and potato, but pizza's my favorite. And living in Texas and North Carolina and Columbus, and experiencing other pizza shops, and I strongly believe Gatti's Pizza is the best. If we had time, I'd go show you what we accomplished at some competitions up in Columbus. You might not be aware, but we won the best tasting pizza in the Midwest of the United States. Huge compliment. But back to your question, you asked why here. This is where I'm from. They didn't have a buffet concept in this town. A guy by the name of Jim Barclay with corporate. When you buy into a franchise, they'll send folks out to meet you, find a little bit about who you are before they grant you a franchise. You got to go through all the hoops. But then they come and give their expertise, and this town didn't have what Gatti's had to offer. And so I just wanted to set it here. I knew it used to be down in across from the post office. You got Kroger's, the post office, and I don't know what business is in there right now, but that's where Gatti's used to be set up. It just didn't have enough parking. So I wanted to bring Gatti's back to Portsmouth. And that's how it happened.
Huh.
And that's why I wanted to put it here, because, you know, this is where I'm from.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, with the business, obviously you're a visionary. You've seen this, and you kind of knit out. There's always that risk reward going into business.
Any risk, anytime you get in business.
Yep. So, what's your vision from where you are now, overlooking maybe the next 5-10 years with Gatti's?
Well, I mean, you're doing this interview, but we've already, in your vision, you know, that's your dream, your images you see down the road, and of course in business you always want to outdo last year's sales, and we've been blessed, and I thank God, I give Him all the glory. We've been blessed to do that, to beat each previous year's sales, and that's amazing.
That's huge.
And
especially 10 years into it.
10 years into it. And we've expanded. We've added a room over here, seats 100 more people, and that was done a year and a half ago maybe. We've added 10 more new games. Now the expansion here is about finished because there ain't many more spaces or rooms we go because everything else is taken up. But I am working on a second store. If it happens, it happens, if the doors are open. We did purchase a trailer. It's a mobile food truck. We do a lot of fundraisers. I would send you out to check any restaurant out there. I don't think there's anyone out there that does more fundraisers than Gatti's Pizza. We're a community-based business. And so you asked about my vision down the road. That was one of them with this trailer. It's a couple years old, but you know, you gotta grow it.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen overnight. And so with that trailer, hopefully that'll help. You know, and it already has. We reach other fundraisers. They come here at the store. But that's my vision, just expanding it out with that trailer, doing another second store. Don't know where that will end up at, if I'm fortunate enough to do that. But I guess that's my goals.
That's awesome. I love seeing successful businesses, people that take risk, but also have, you know, not just on a whim. They understand, they've done the research.
Yeah, business is always a risk.
Yeah.
And no matter what business you open, it's a risk. And if you get in and work hard and you do it right, then sometimes you can be rewarded for your hard work and dedication. I believe that's what's happened with us here. We take seriously our product. Food safety is everything in the restaurant business. Our restaurant, our kitchen's wide open, so as customers, when you come in, you can actually sit there and watch us. We're not behind any closed doors, so we're out in the open, and we've got a pretty good track record. I got some really wonderful, excellent employees that work for me. I got some great managers, and I've been blessed in that regard too. But you're only as good as your employees.
Yeah.
And I've had some good employees over the last 10 years, and very thankful for that.
That's awesome. Now, if somebody watching this video, they want to, you know, book a party, or have you, contact you for fundraising opportunities, how can they reach you? I know you guys have a website.
You can do it on a website, but most people call on the phone because then you can get in a conversation with them and find out what kind of fundraiser they're going to do. Our fundraisers, we usually run Monday through Thursday, 11 to 8. We set up a table. We've done fundraisers. Like I said, Gatti's Pizza is community-based. And I challenge you to see if there's anybody that has done as many as we have. Sometimes we're booked Monday through Thursday. And we give a percentage of the sales back and for the fundraiser. And we've done them for, we get involved with the schools. We get involved with law enforcement. We get involved with college. We get involved with people who have medical issues that they can't, you know, they need to make a little extra money. We've worked with Ross Correctional Facility, State Patrol with their Christmas fund, you know, to go out and help during Christmas. They've done things. So I can't think of any, we've done it for so many organizations. And that's just, I mean, check out there, we've done it constantly. But they can call the store and talk to our managers, and we got they can come in and pick up a flyer or whatever document that shows how the fundraisers work. And on their part, they just got to work hard to get the people down. And it's like a coin. A coin's got two sides. On the fundraiser side, you want them to raise all the money they can for their benefit. And on our side, our benefit would be we might get a person who's never ate here before,
Okay.
because that fundraiser's invited you or somebody down that's never ate here, and then you come in and experience it. Once you've experienced what we got to offer, then hopefully we've gained a customer. So that's our part of the fundraiser.
Now, what's the phone number that somebody?
740-353-4000.
4,000. All right. Well, Tim, again, I appreciate the opportunity to do this interview. I
You're
think,
welcome.
no doubt, you guys have an awesome business here. And if anybody watching this, if you haven't experienced Gatti's, come down, whether it's for your family, for lunch, during business hours, for an event, for a fundraiser, get a hold of them. And I can just tell you from my experience that you won't be sorry for coming down here. Great food and great atmosphere. So again, this is Jeremy Frazee, FWM Community Connection.
Thank you, Jeremy.